Morning. We're here at the facility, commonly called Cicero Commons, Cicero Twin Rinks. Most all of the residents of the town of Cicero know of its existence. Many of them use the facility, both of themselves or their youth. I'm a managing member of New Dimensions Properties, which purchased this facility in early 2006. I've called this a press conference to allay the fears of the citizens and residents of the town of Cicero that the owners intend to close this facility. Nothing could be further from the truth. I may be considered an outsider. I don't live in the town of Cicero, but when we looked at this facility, we saw its promise. We saw its promise for making money, and that's why business people get into business. We also saw a promise of helping a community that needed help. We also saw the promise of helping the youth of a community that didn't have the facilities that they should have in order to practice their sports, to become members of sports teams, to have Saturday night canteen to keep the kids off the street, to have Girl Scout troops, over 8 of them, that use this facility, the Red Cross, 7 or 8 churches, all at no cost or very little or nominal cost. We have twin rinks. It's called Cicero Twin Rinks. One is an Olympic-sized rink, and the other is an NHL-sized rink. You will not find a finer facility. And to me, and we've been told, it's the jewel of the skating facilities of central New York. People come from all over, including my county, Oneida County, to use the facility. Why are we here? We're here to dispel vicious and false statements that emanated and have emanated up until this very morning from the town supervisor's office that the owners, and you're looking at the managing member of this organization, intend to tear down this facility and in its place build a hotel. Nothing could be further from the truth. Absolutely nothing. It's absolutely ridiculous even to think we would have such a thought. We have a community facility furnishing facilities and services for youth in the town. 114 acres. Do we need to tear this building down to build a hotel? And why build a hotel when there's not any draw for people to come? Yes, it is true. Yes, it is true that in our future plans we had planned to put up hotel or hotels. If we improved the facility and built a U.S. Swimming Association sanctioned pool, there isn't one in the whole area, the whole county, except Nottingham High School, which is a public facility. We planned on possibly bringing in and putting in an indoor water park facility. We even toyed with the idea of joining with Syracuse University and building a sports arena where they could bring their pending, we'll say, intended hockey team to play. Now, we all know that doing such improvements costs money. And we all know that that money generally comes from bankers and from investment financiers. We all know they look at the possibility of failure or non-failure of the business. What we have faced, and we are facing, is an increase of our assessment on this property in 14 acres of over 300% in the last year. Over $5 million raise. We were assessed by Mr. Keith Pittman, an experienced assessor, back in 2006 when we first came here, and we were assessed in this way. He said, this is what your value is, take it or leave it or go to court. We took it, $2.2 million. We have not done any improvement in this building except to maximize its efficiency. We put tens of thousands of dollars internally in this facility to keep it running, keep the ice going for the kids, the gymnasium open, the health club open, and our daycare center open. That's where the money's going. Yet, the assessment was raised. There were people who called the assessor's, the supervisor's office asking why the assessment was raised and how that affects our facility and our ability to keep running. They were told flat out by a spokesman in the supervisor's office that the assessment is fair, we didn't pay enough for the property, and most damaging, that the owners intend to tear it down. Therefore, taxation doesn't mean anything. They intend to tear it down and replace it with a hotel. There's a handout here, and there's 8 pages of facilities, 8 pages of organizations, Ely Masonary charitable organizations that use this facility. 8 pages, take it with you, take a look at it. We want to keep going. However, in order to have this facility be successful, it needs adjuncts. The adjuncts would be the other projects that we talked about. And until that matter is taken care of, we will not be able to raise the money to have those projects completed. But in any event, that's a matter in the courts. I'm not getting into the matter of litigation. I'm not getting into the details of litigation. But the reason I'm here, and the only reason I'm here before you today, is to dispel that false information that we as owners intend to tear it down. We as owners intend to do everything we can to continue the facility, to continue the services to the town, and continue the services to the youth of the community. Thank you.
What do you believe are the reasons for the raise in assessment?
Well, again, that I guess would probably be a matter of litigation. I can speculate, but at this point I prefer not to.
What's the next step for you? I mean, this obviously is going to be a tremendous strain for taxpayers as they have to deal with this.
Well, there are a couple of ways, I guess, of trying to stay afloat while this thing is being litigated. One would be to close the facility, I guess, and turn it into a vacant lot, therefore reduce the taxes, or to raise fees that we certainly don't want to raise, even though we're in a position of having the best facility and most wanted facility for the activities we spoke of. We don't want to do that.
You have contracts with a lot or many of the hockey groups. You have signed contracts with them for this season?
Yes, we do.
And they fix the rate at what? What's your ice rental time now for an hour?
Well, it varies. It depends on the time of day, and also depends on the group. The exact amount I'm not familiar with at this point. That's taken care of by the in-house managers. But yes, we do have those contracts. But if there's no facility, the contract can't be kept.
And yet it seems like there's 2 arguments going on here, Mr. Ray. You're saying the town wrongfully and improperly is telling people as they call, well, you want to tear this down, so don't be. And on the other hand, you're saying, I can't afford this assessment. We've either got to raise the rates or tear it down. I mean,
no, I didn't say that. What I'm saying is we do not intend to voluntarily close this facility. The matter is in litigation, and we'll see what the litigation results are.
what could be the possible end scenario here? The litigation will proceed. You're going to stay with it. What if the courts rule that something close to 7 point, whatever the new assessment is, 7.290 is accurate, and actually this property should be assessed at, or they raise it to something close to that?
Look, between now and then, there are a lot of raindrops that are going to fall. This litigation will probably be for several years, at least 2 years or more. And so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
And in the meantime, what do you see happening for the
What I see happening is doing everything that we possibly can to keep the facility open.
For the parents, and some of them are represented here today, I guess, and all the kids that skate on these clubs, what does that mean for ice time? Do you think you'll be able to survive this litigation process and not raise the rates by 300%? I mean, what do you think in the short term for people who use this ice? What's their...
We are going to do, and this is a final statement, that we are going to do everything possible to keep the rates where they are, because we do not want to impose a burden on the parents that see this facility as a very helpful thing for them and their children.
Well, can I ask one more question?
Anything.
Before you bought this facility, this was part of what was called the SAG, may still be, the Cicero Commons Complex, a town-built, publicly supported, not tax-exempt parcel. Are you still seeking nonprofit tax-exempt status?
That is a consideration we're looking into.
Which would solve a lot of the problems of this particular parcel, right?
Good, yes. We have made that attempt in the past. We've turned down, we're trying to seek another avenue at the present time.
Do you have any idea what rates would have to be raised to?
I don't wish to speculate. I will say again, repeat again to all the families and all the kids that use this facility that we will do everything we can to keep the rates where they are. And when this is all over with, hopefully we can reduce them.
Kyle, you got anything you want to add as the manager of the rink?
We've worked very hard to keep this facility open, and it's very disheartening that the town government would do this to any small business, any. They should be ashamed of themselves. That's it.